Hello everyone, my name is Hemant Sharma. I am a student of MTech HSC first year in UPES College, Dehradun, and I have completed graduation in civil engineering. I have prepared this video to describe or elaborate my water quality index method, that is Nemerow's pollution index method. And before we started this video, we want to know that why water quality assessment is important. For better understanding, I have prepared word file, and wait a minute, I am sharing with you. When we talk about water quality index, the first question arises, what is water quality index? It is a way of finding out either the water is polluted or not. If polluted, then what are the major causing parameters and how much degree of pollution caused by them. So guys, हम अपना water quality index शुरू करने से पहले हम थोड़ा सा water की importance discuss कर लें. I, I think as you all know, what is the availability of water on earth in what percentage? 97% of water is saline, only 2% we have a fresh water, and in that 2% we have a 1% available fresh water. In 1% available fresh water, industry release their effluents also. We will see in next image. Here it is. When industry release their effluents or maybe treated or untreated water, they increase the concentration of many parameters, which leads to the health issues, such as Minamata disaster due to increase the concentration of mercury in water or seafoods. For not repeating these type of disasters in future, water quality index assessment is important to us. Before we start our water quality index, we want to know the brief history of water quality index, like who developed water quality WQI and when, which method he adopted firstly. So we share next word file. So So my method is Nemerow pollution index. But history of the water quality index is in 1965, Mr. Horton was developed water quality index model for finding water quality. Uh, the first method he adopted arithmetic aggregation function, but in nowadays there are many methods, tools, and techniques for finding or assessment of the water quality. Nemerow pollution index is also one of the methods for WQI developed by Anna Nemerow and Ed Sumitomo in 1971. It is used for groundwater and surface water, or we can say river water quality assessment. Now we are moving towards the fundamental and principle of our NPI method. This method is used for ground and surface water assessment for drinking or irrigation purpose. NPI is one of the simplest water quality index method used for assessing the water quality monitoring and to identify the deviation from the standard parameters. Standard parameters are taken from the Bureau of Indian Standards, or we can taken from WHO standards. The main principle of this method is to finding out the major pollution causing parameter, such as we taken pH, total hardness, total alkalinity, magnesium, sulfate, calcium, and chloride, etc. for the assessment. NPI is calculated by this formula. NPI is equals to Ci divided by Li. Ci is the concentration of ith parameter and Li is the standard concentration according to the Bureau of Indian Standard or any other agencies. This is the table which represents the degree of pollution. Like if NPI value is less than or equals to 1, that no pollution. If NPI value lies between the 1 and 2, that is low pollution causing, 2 and 3 moderate, and greater than 3 high pollution. So our next point is methodology, flowcharts, and explanation of this NPI index. Firstly, we have to take samples of different stations at different timings for the assessment of that water stations. In my water quality index method, I have taken 3 sample stations at each and every month in a year. After the sampling, we perform physiochemical analysis. So what is physiochemical analysis? In this, we perform the testing or analysis of water sample of different station to examine the physiochemical parameters. Physiochemical parameters are physical parameters or chemical parameters such as pH, total alkalinity, total hardness, electrical conductivity, COD, BOD, such a, and many more. My analysis standards are based on IS 10500 2012 for drinking purpose. We have table in which parameters name and method of analysis is mentioned with their acceptable limit. Like pH is measured by digital pH meter, digital conductivity meter, calcium by EDTA method, total alkalinity is with the help of titrometric method with H2SO4, magnesium titrometric method, and sulfate turbidimetry method. Chloride is titrometric method with AgNO3, and total hardness is titrometric method with EDTA. We have two standard limits. One is acceptable limit, which is generally used. Second is permissible limit, which is taken or used when we don't have alternate source or choice. After performing the analysis of water sample, we prepare a data in Excel sheet, monthly basis or seasonal basis, like I have prepared. See, this started from October 21. Red boxes, red colored boxes shows the higher concentration of a particular parameters. It ends on September. I have prepared seasonal variation also, winter, spring, summer, and autumn season. It represents the variation. Application of the NPI method used for groundwater assessment, used for river or surface water assessment, determine the major pollution causing parameters. And the uniqueness of this method is it is the simplest than other method for water quality assessment, easy to understand. It helps in finding out the root cause of polluted parameters. After preparing or collecting data in Excel sheet, we have to mention the result or conclusion for a station according to your own data and analysis. Like I have mentioned pH result on monthly basis. As you all know what is pH, affinity and hardness. pH of my station lies in acceptable limit throughout the year. So next is electrical conductivity. Next is electrical conductivity, which is not in acceptable limit throughout the year, except in the month of September, which specifies the presence of ions of charge in water at that particular stations. Now my video is over. Thank you.